Hi, this is Steve Kovsky in the studio, and joining me now live from Dell headquarters in Round Rock, Texas, is Anthony Dina. He is the Director of Solutions. Anthony, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great, thanks for joining us. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the virtualization products and services that were announced by Dell recently. Very sweeping announcement. Could you put it in a nutshell, if you will, kind of sum up for us all of the different offerings that were announced?
So first of all, we include a lot of what we call pro-consult advisory services that help customers decide how they can get to the advantages more quickly. We've put together configurations that are business ready, that take a lot of the time for architecting and designing and deploying those systems. And we support all that with a lot of management capabilities as we've integrated with our open managed software tool set with the industry-leading management tools from both VMware and Microsoft.
Looking through the announcements, you seem to have sort of stratified things. You've got certain offerings that are specifically geared toward the large enterprise and others that are more toward the small, medium business market. Can you talk a little bit about that dichotomy?
Yeah, what's interesting is there's a common perception that the large enterprises are buying the bulk of the licenses for virtualization. Our experience and industry analysts are suggesting that many of the small and medium-sized businesses are also virtualizing. And so what we've done in our business-ready configuration is we've categorized into two major sectors. We have one that's designed for a large enterprise based on what they know best, VMware. So large configurations based on Dell blades, EqualLogic storage, Cisco Catalyst switches, all wrapped together with the VMware stack. On the other hand, we know that many small customers are highly familiar with Microsoft, and so we've elected to assemble some ingredients together in a useful way that's based on the Microsoft solution stack with Hyper-V. In that, we work on rack-optimized servers, PowerVault storage, our own PowerConnect Ethernet switches. We've integrated our systems management capability into the Microsoft System Center Essentials and System Center Virtual Machine Management. What that does, Steve, is that for the small and medium businesses, they get an end-to-end view of how their operations are working, from the base level hardware all the way through the application in one integrated toolkit.
Now, looking at what currently exists in the marketplace, do you see these two technologies coexisting in the field, or is it pretty much exclusively we're a VM shop or we're a Microsoft shop?
We're seeing interest in both technologies. In large enterprises, they may elect to choose to have the Microsoft in the remote offices, which is more familiar. But again, the landscape is so varied, and only time will tell exactly how this will play out. But you know, I didn't actually answer one of the questions fully, and I want to come back to that. The other thing that we've done on the small and medium business that is unique is that we've wrapped together some pro-consult services. In other words, some lightweight, fixed engagement services that kind of bring the best knowledge of Dell's experience with itself and with many other customers to bear. And so what normally would take several weeks or months from a consulting engagement can be rendered online in a matter of days. And that's a big deal for those smaller customers who don't have the budget to afford a larger system integration contract.
Is there still an additional cost for that level of integration and customization?
Well, what we do a couple fronts. So we do what we call a virtual readiness assessment, which means it kind of looks at what you have and what you ought to have in terms of the after you virtualize. And we do this remotely, and that's kind of a unique advantage for many customers that don't have to schedule a consultant to show up. Secondly, and very important to virtualization, is that as you virtualize, your operation changes. And so what we've done with the large enterprises is we've created an operation readiness assessment. It's all about the people process and not so much on the things. And so we've taken that and made it a small size, if you will, that made it a huge advantage for customers that are not quite as big.
Very good. Anthony Dina, Director of Solutions from Dell, thank you very much for joining me today.
It's been my pleasure.
Okay.